What God has united cannot be separated by man, as stated on the Cultural Atlas for Mexican Culture website. For Mexican families, this is extremely important. The first thing I'm going to talk about is going to be the household structure of Hispanic Mexican families. And according to the Cultural Atlas Mexican Culture website, a Hispanic family normally consists of just a nuclear family, and nuclear family consists of the immediate family, father, son, mother, and daughter, or if they have more kids, it is the immediate family of those. Many children in the Mexican culture don't leave home right away. They usually stay around and help out at home, and they help their parents with money and just numerous things, household chores. If they have a business, they help them with the business. For a lot of low-income children, it is a sacrifice to leave home for a job or for schooling, and so normally they don't get to do that. For the more rich children, it is just a given, kind of like the American culture here, where we just go off to school or leave home right away when we turn of age. And also, as stated in the Mexican culture, the Cultural Atlas Mexican Culture website, it is said that you must have as many children as God sends you. That is not generally what they go by anymore. I interviewed one of my good friends, and he said that his household is very, very different. In his household, he has his mom and dad are living there, as well as his brother and their family, her family, or his family, his sister and her family, and they just all live in one big house. So that is different than the typical Mexican family, so to speak, and they have more than just their nuclear family there. My husband is also Hispanic, and he has a business. His parents have a business where they live, and so he was there, and he helped out with all of his family's business and stuff like that. He actually ended up having to drop out of school, so he was able to help out with the business and to help out with family things. And then he left home when he was, I want to say 19. He left home, and it was also a sacrifice because he wasn't there to help out with the business anymore. He wasn't able to be there when his family needed him there. Therefore, that was a sacrifice for him and for his family. My next thing I'm going to chat about will be the gender roles. These gender roles that are in the typical Mexican culture, according to the Cultural Mexican Culture website, Cultural Atlas, it is said that men in authority are normally in authority over the women. And then the father is referred to as the jefe de familia, which means the boss of the family. And he is the income earner, and he is the breadwinner, and he is the decision maker for the family. As far as this goes for like my husband's family, his dad and his mom are equal. His dad is not the full decision maker or the full income earner or the full homemaker. His mom and dad split those responsibilities, and so they are equal in the family. granted, equality here in America is like getting a little bit different now, so therefore it is much more difficult to determine the gender roles of these families. Men are also in the Mexican culture expected to be more masculine, and women are expected to be self-denying so they can dedicate themselves to family. Finally, dating and marriage in Mexico is very different, and in the Mexican culture with families, according to the Cultural Atlas for Mexican Culture website, the Mexicans must seek parental approval first, and chivalry is not dead. It is very much alive in Mexico. The families feel that it is extremely important for the significant other or the person that their son or daughter is seeing to meet the family before they get married and even before they start dating. Couples are usually made to meet at prearranged places that until they are prepared for family visits, which would mean that you're going to need to go to a coffee shop or a restaurant that is already arranged by the families. And for my husband and some of our good friends, that is totally different. It is different because they are times and things are more conventional now, and it is just much more modern, and times have really changed, and so it is just a completely different world than it used to be. I think that it has been very downgraded, but the Mexican culture is definitely different than the American culture in a lot of aspects, such as the gender roles are very much changing and have changed throughout the years. And so I feel that that is a big deal. But in conclusion, I feel that this is extremely important for a lot of Hispanic families to make sure that the gender roles are the man is the breadwinner, the woman is the homemaker. And I do have one visual. This just shows that this just is a drawing that shows just that the woman is a bread maker, or woman is a homemaker, and man is a bread maker or breadwinner. And that is what I have come to present to you. If there's any questions, just let me know.